Well, welcome. That's not a mirage. I'm back. Great to have you with me and wonderful to be with you. Previewing Friday's action. I've got 3 Irish horses for you and that should be music to your ears. Well, if you're wondering what I've been and what I've been up to in the last couple of weeks, I've been absolutely blistering form and I've been absolutely murdering them bookmakers and absolutely making my followers a packet. I'll tell you all about those winners in just one moment, but these horses are all running at Dundalk on Friday night. Friday night is music night. Now, if you've not got a pen and paper ready, you will need to get one because I'm just fiddling around with my bits and pieces here to tell you that these 3 horses are absolutely knockers. I love them. I love them, I love them, I love them. The reason why I've come back to you for a Friday payday is to show you some of my Irish information. Now, for the last 2.5 years on this channel, I've been absolutely milking the bookies dry on my Irish bets and English bets and everything else bets. But my Irish bets have been absolutely unbelievable. Well, they're not unbelievable because they're all in the video vaults and they've all been proofed and guaranteed by the YouTube organisation. And you have seen them and you have been milking the bookies dry with them for the past 2.5, almost 3 years. Let me just give you 1 or 2 of the bets. Let me tell you what I've got. I think these 3 horses on Friday could well be about 1,000 to 1 treble. The prices aren't come out yet for Friday's racing, and I'm putting this message on now about 1 p.m. in the afternoon. 10 to 1, 10 to 1, and 10 to 1. 10 to 1, 10 to 1, 10 to 1. Adds up to 1,000 to 1. Even if there was 7 to 1, 7 to 1, 7 to 1, it'd be 400 to 1. These 3 horses are 3 singles, 3 doubles and a treble. Put them in a Trixie, round robin, patent, do what you will. Let me just tell you some horses which have been winning on the channel free of charge. FOC, free of charge to you. The #1 for big price winners in the business. Unbelievable information. Nobody picks more big price winners than me. It's not even open to suggestion. I come on here when I've got things to tell you and I come on here to give you big price winners and I've been doing it for the last 3 years. A lot of information coming through to me all the time. Horses like Carbon King, which won at 20 to 1 in Ireland. Neffin Beg, 33 to 1 in Ireland. Merlin's Giant, 6 to 1 to 9 to 2. I've got a list as long as your arm here. Half Nuts, well, that won at 18 to 1, free of charge again to you. Dragon Roll, 12 to 1, free of charge. Pierre Lepan, 11 to 1, free of charge. Sultan Stall, 16 to 1. All these horses were Irish handicap winners, 16 to 1. Conversant, 20 to 1 into 12 to 1. Horses like Burliet Express, 10 to 1 into 13 to 2, and so forth and so on. It's an unmatchable roll of honour of winners. This information is non-stop. I must apologise for the bells and the whistles, but it's coming from me from all angles, and I am loving it. Loving it. And it's so good to be back with you. 3 horses at Dundalk. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Where does she stop? Chase the lady. Listen, I'm going to give you these 3 horses in a minute, but you have got to listen to what I've been doing also away from. Let me just tell you what's happening. First of all, yesterday, milk them dry again. Milk them dry again. But listen, 5 out of the last 6 syndicate bets I've given. 5 out of the last 6 have all done the business. I'm just going to get this sheet up in front of me and just tell you what's been going on. Well, I'll tell you what's been going on. 11 to 1 on Sunday, Coniston Sound. 5 to 1 on Sunday, Big Blue Moon. 66 to 1 double for my Super Syndicate members, which is closed. You can't come in there. The only way you can get in there is if I invite you. And at the moment, I'm not. 66 to 1 double. If that was a flash in the pan, I don't think so. And on Monday, I followed up straight away with 12 to 1 into 6 to 1 Spitfire Girl. Bump, bump, bump. 3 again. That magic number, 3. And if that was enough, Paddy's Poem won on Tuesday at 9 to 2 to make it 4 bets, 4 winners in 3 days. 11 to 1, 5 to 1, 12 to 1 and 9 to 2. And yesterday we got a dead eat with Ballet Disco at 5 to 1. 5 of the bets have just done the business. And I can tell you, if you think that's good, just have a listen to my Cheltenham Scroll of Honour. And this is just a few of the bets which my members had. And they're all on videos. Have a listen. If you go to my website, petersracingtips.com, you can watch a couple of the videos there which were taken the night before, not after, not the old 3-card trick. There's that number 3 again. Not the 3-card trick, putting the bets on after they've won. Oh yes. Oh no. Listen, Karak Rambler, my anti-post bet for the Ultima Handicap, won at 16 to 1 into 6 to 1. I gave it 6 weeks before the race was started. I gave it 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. 16 to 1 to 6 to 1. We backed it down to favourites and it won. Wasn't the only big winner because once again my Irish connection struck with Angel's Dawn winning at 10 to 1 on the final day or the third day. And Good Time Johnny for Tony Martin. Wow, told my members all about that and they're on the videos. They are on the videos on my website. 10 to 1 again. 2 10 to 1s in one day. Has it been known before? Not too often, that's for sure. And if that wasn't enough, the Real Whacker, Marine National, 11 to 2 and 8 to 1, DUNDALK-WHERE, Kenagumi, and so many more. It's been a wonderful 2 weeks and I've been away from the YouTube, focusing on my members and my Cheltenham boys and girls, lots of women in my clubs, and still the angel gets its wings as Clarence rings them bells. The bells, the bells. Shall we get started? I've got 3 bets to give you. Remember my Irish information. My Irish information is the #1 information in the business. I'd like to think all my information is, and there's no question about it. There's not even open to challenge that I've tipped more big price winners than any other advisor, busybody, journalist, pundit on television. They don't come into the equation. I've been in this business for nearly 27 years as a top flight tip, so nearly 30 years. There's no one else. There's no one else done it. There's no one else stood the test of time bar me. And I'm still the #1. #1, without a doubt. I've got the biggest clubs, I've got the biggest following, and I've got the biggest YouTube channel picking more winners than anyone else in the last 3 years. No question. I come on when I want to come on, not because I want to come on every day and sing the plaudits. Not interested in that. I'll come on when I want to come on. I'm looking after my members as well. I'm looking after them like Mr. Hoyley tells me. Mr. Hoyley. If you don't know who Mr. Hoyley is, you better play the game according to him. Play the game according to Mr. Hoyley. People say to me, why don't you give up? Why don't you give up? Give up? I'm at the peak of my powers. Give up? Give up? I've got the biggest following, got the biggest private clubs. I've got more winners than Tommy Lipton's got tea bags. Give up? I don't think so. Oh no. Oh no. Press on. Press on. Press on. I've got a drawer full of winners and I'm going to keep banging them bookies big time and I'm going to keep helping the punters until the bookmakers put that white flag up like this. No more. Bookmakers are getting bust. They are being bust. But they're going off the high street, aren't they? The bookmakers are in trouble. They're having to get them fruit machines out. They're having to get them poker machines. They're struggling. Their bookies are struggling and we're going to cane them some more. Bend over, boys. Whack, whack, whack. Whack, whack, whack. They can shorten them prices, but they can't stop them winning. They can't stop them winning. Correct Rambler, 16 to 1 into Tom Mix. There we go, 16 into 6, job done. Lucinda Russell, boom, job done. What a brilliant winner, wasn't it? What a brilliant winner, wasn't it? 6 weeks before the race started, we backed it into favourite and we pulled the stunt. But that was really nothing compared to the horse I tipped called Johnny. I can't remember the name of it. Here Comes Johnny or something, wasn't it? Tony Martin. I read the race. Go to my website and see what I told about it. I didn't say it might win, I said it would win. And I said Paul Carberry would have rode it 10 years ago and he would have won it on and all. But I knew about The Apprentice. Fantastic. Isn't it lovely, eh? Isn't it lovely when you keep backing big price winners? They don't all win, because if they all win, they get a bit boring, wouldn't it? Give the bookies a chance now and again. Good Time Johnny. Good Time Johnny. 10 to 1, won the second race, and the last race in the card, just to finish them off again. Whack, whack, whack. Angel's Dawn, 10 to 1. Got the daily double, 100 to 1 double. I thank you. As my old friend Mark Winstanley would have said, I thank you. Not seen Mark for a long time. I wish he'd come back on these channels. One of the old troopers, one of the old brilliant tipsters, Mark Winstanley. And what a great guy. What a great guy. If you can't understand him, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because he quotes in these colloquialisms, I think that's the word, where they sort of cockney rhyming slag, but it's more entertaining than anything on the television. More entertaining. There's probably only Matt Chapman who can compete with that. And he's had to toe the line a bit as well, hasn't he? So focus it down a little bit for the powers that be. A lot of time for Matt Chapman, a lot of time for Mark Winstanley, a lot of time for you, the client who's watching me right now. Let's calm it down a little bit myself here now. It's been a little while since I saw you, so I need to, I'll tell you what I need to do is get my sheet up with these 3 horses I've got for you now, because I've just gone spiralling, can't even say it, spiralling across the board, and it's all gone a bit crazy, isn't it? My computer's starting to do silly things. Right, so when it stops doing these things, I'm going to get my sheet out in front of me, if you just bear with me on this, because I'm not going to sign off. My computers at the moment, it's flashing, it's doing all sorts of things. It's electricity we're generating. We've got the power, you see, the power, the Phil Taylor. You've got a lightning crashing. Right, let's go to Dundalk before my computer totally packs up, and I'm going to be talking through a tin can on the microwave. Hey, that's a good one, a tin can on the microwave. If you can invent that, I tell you what, you'd be a very rich man indeed. You would. You really would. Well, let's go to Dundalk. For Friday night is music night, Friday night is fish and chip night, and Friday night is winners night. Not too long ago, about 6 weeks ago, I had a 40-1 winner at Dundalk, let alone that list of winners which gave you. I wasn't even on there. 40-1 winner at Dundalk. Killed the bookmakers again. Whack, whack, whack. Did them again. Whack, whack, whack. Oh, Jimmy, what's his name? Not Jimmy Tarbuck, no, not Jimmy Tarbuck. It was Wacko, Jimmy Edwards. Remember him? Jimmy Edwards, that handlebar moustache. Fantastic. I watched him last night in a film called The Plank with Eric Sykes and Tommy Cooper. If you can understand what I'm talking about, then you're as sad as me, aren't you? Yeah, well, there it is. I watched The Plank last night. They were all in it. John Junkin, all the old stages. It was fantastic. Right, shall we talk business? Let's go to the 525 at Dundalk. Remember, these are 3 free bets. Try and saying that after, well, it's a cost of coffee. What's going on? That's not the right cost, is it? 3 free bets. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hey, when this is done, right, this Irish, right, the Irish horses, I've picked more winners than anybody breathing. It doesn't matter if you're a pundit, a TV personality, ex-jockey, ex-trainer, tipster. Did I say that word, tipster? Is there any tipsters out there really established for 20 odd years? Is there? It might be 20 minutes or 20 weeks. Is there? Is there really? I don't think so. I know so there's not. Well, stand the test of time. 20 years, 25 years of this, what would that be? That meant me 200. So, we'll see. Let's go to the 525 at Dundalk, shall we? I'm excited about these 3. There's a number 12 horse, right, in the 525. It's a grey horse, it's a lovely mare, and she reappeared after being off for about 7 months. I'm being serious now for a minute. I was all serious then. They were all winners. Go to my website, petersracingtips.com, and if you've got a spare hour, because there's 2 videos on there, they take about 40 minutes, and they are 2 videos for 2 Cheltenham previews. I did a video preview for my members the night before racing, and my mouth's dry here now. What am I going to have now? I've got the water here, look. There it is. Prince's Gate. Prince's Gate. I'm going to have a drink of that in a minute. Right, anyway, forget about all that. Go to the website if you want, petersracingtips.com, and have a little look round. And I'm going to be putting another page or 2 up there soon. It's going to be really interesting. Number 12, Marie Cruz, trained by John McConnell, ridden by his son. Now, this mare is a winner waiting to happen. She went off at 50-1 last time up. She finished 6-14, and the jockey, the same jockey who's riding it tomorrow night, never moved a muscle on her. Come beautiful riding of her, and she only got beat a few lengths, not too far at all, about 3 lengths. And this mare's a winner waiting to happen. I've got all the race panned out. There's nothing I like better than this. I've not got the prices. The horse has got 8 noughts, 8 fat zeros next to its name. What price is it? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. When the boys have got the tracing paper out, you know, across the board, they all look the same. If they move it down, they'll all move it down. If they move it up, they'll all move it up. But we'll have to see. It should be a big price. In my mind, I think it's got an outstanding chance to win. I'm not going to say what price, but I think it's got an outstanding chance to win. Right. So it could be 10-1, could be 12-1. I think it's going to be a good price. Number 12, Marie Cruz is the one to be on. 8 noughts next to its name. Meaningless. Absolute meaningless. And John McConnell, one of the best in the business at landing big gambles. Well, he can win with this one. Don't you worry about that. He won with a horse not too long ago at Cheltenham called Seddon. Seddon at 20-1. And wouldn't it be nice if this horse could be a big one like that? Marie Cruz, don't miss it. It's in the 5:25, 25 past 5 at Dundalk. Remember, this is for racing on Friday, the 24th of March. Friday night is music night. I won't be back on Friday night. I may come back Saturday morning for Saturday's action, but I'm going to be too busy. I'm going to be very busy indeed. I've got my Super Syndicate members. I've got my Telegram clients. I've got my snowballers. I've got it all wrapped up. And I come on here because I've not been on for a couple of weeks and I think I needed to say hello to you. I've had a lot of people writing in. A lot of people were writing in to me about YouTube, but I don't care. I'm back again. Joking. I think I had about 2 people who said unpositive things and I had about 2,000 who said lovely things. And those 2 people, please stop watching. Please stop watching. Watch someone else or go and pick your nose or something. Do what you want. But don't bother watching me because I'm too old, aren't I? I'm too old. I'll give you one thing. There's 2 more horses here, right? I'll tell you one thing. Who are the managers of all the big football clubs in the world, right? Who are they? The people over 50, even over 60. I'm talking about experience and understanding and dealing with pressure. Any world-class player, right, manager of any business is older than younger. And it's because you understand how to make mistakes, but mend the mistakes and deal with mistakes. And that's what it's all about. If you look at all the entrepreneurs, the Dragons Den, they're all older. And if you look at anyone who's got a high profile position, say in any way, they're all older. And that's what it's all about. If it just experience, you've learned by mistakes and you know what to do and you know what not. The key thing is knowing what not to do. And you only learn that through doing it. So you learn from your mistakes and that's how it is. And it's also, when it comes down to it, pressure, coming back from a defeat instead of crumbling up in a corner and thinking, no bet today. The times I know tips to do, pick a few losers and go, no bet. You never get off a losing run if you don't have a bet, do you? You don't win if you don't play. You have to play, you have to believe in yourself and you have to believe in what you're doing. Should we get on? I think you know where I'm coming from here. It's all about experience and ability and the belief, what you have to have. The belief in yourself is massive. And if you haven't got that, and they've all got it, all these great managers, all these great people at the top of their professions have all got huge belief. And so have I. Number 5, Pulse of Shanghai. Shanghai even in the 6:30 is my second bet of the day for Friday. Trained by James McCauley and ridden by a jockey I've got a lot of time for, Shane Foley. Got the blinkers and the tongue tie on. It's number 5. It's called Pulse of Shanghai. I'm not going to go on about it because I've been talking far too much. 6:30 at Dundalk. Back it each way. They'll pay out first 4 or first 5. All these horses are each way, by the way, if I didn't mention it. They are all each way, all 3. And back them each way. They pay, I say, first 4 or first 5 and have them in a Trixie or a combo bet or just back them singly. Anyone wins, you're going to show a healthy profit, that's for sure. For my last Irish bet, and I have tipped an absolute mountain of Irish winners. As I say, I'm just looking at this again. It's absolutely phenomenal set of Irish winners. Horses like Neffenbeg at 33 to 1. The 0-0-0 its form. I think it's 8 nils or something next to his name. Carbon King the same, 20s. Conversant at 12s. Sultan Stall at 16. I think I've tipped something like 80 double-digit Irish winners in the last 2 years. 80. That's a huge amount of big winners. And it wouldn't surprise me if we added to that tally, certainly today. That's no doubt about it. And of course, I am going to be punting these as well because I am a gambler. I'm not just here to try and make a few quid. I'm trying to win a few quid and pass my knowledge on to anyone who wants to understand what experience can do for you. And my members understand it. And if they don't understand it, well, they're not with me, are they? So, it's a lovely feeling to have a lot of beautiful members and to have big clubs which are full of the same sort of people who show respect and know how many winners are tipped. And what I've just been talking about you, I don't need to tell you it's the truth because I've got that many followers that if I didn't tell the truth, well, you have to. In life, you have to tell the truth. Win, lose or draw, you've got to tell the truth. If you don't tell the truth, then what have you got? You've got to be true to yourself. Got to be true to yourself. I think that was a song, wasn't it? Got to be true to yourself. Something like that. Listen, final bet. Come on, should we do it? 7:30. Now then. Aye, Jimmy Wheeler. He said, that's your lot. Aye, Jimmy Wheeler. Well, if them first two have gone, Impulse of Shanghai in the 6:30 and Mary Cruz has won the 5:25, look no further than number 8, Havana Notion. Havana Notion. That's the Jimmy Wheeler bet. Havana Notion, number 8. And that's the one I like very much indeed. Used to be trained by my old pal Gavin Cromwell, who's, well, I've tipped loads of big winners from his yard. But he doesn't train it now. It's trained by JJ Feen. And JJ Feen trains this one. And I think this grey one, we've got 2 grey horses on Friday, could pop up and win this one. Finished 5th last time out and wasn't given the best ride in the world. 5th at 14 at Dundalk. And has been given a couple of weeks or so to get over that. And he's back on track because he didn't really have a race. He's been dropped £1 for the run. Havana Notion, number 8 Garden Gate, number 8 Shout House in the 7:30 at Dundalk. So number 8 Havana Notion, 7:30, another bell ringing, well done. 7:30 Dundalk, number 5 Pulse of Shanghai, 6:30 Dundalk. And to finish it off in style, or to start it off in style, look no further than Merry Cruise in the 5:25. The old 25 past 5, my hair's got... I don't know what's happening to my hair. I think I need to go and visit the sheep shearing competition again. But never got time. It's always so busy. Marie Cruise, 5:25 at Dundalk. Hope you've enjoyed it. Here's what I've been trying to do for a little while. It's full of gin and tonic, the old WC Fields in it, gin and tonic. I'll say cheers to you. Are we going? Yeah, we might as well go. See you soon.